Yo, YouTube. It's your boy Hooli back with another reaction video. Before we get into the video, I need y'all boys to hit that like and subscribe for y'all boy, man. We got the war in London, active gang versus 51st gang, man. And it's sad I had to react to these type of videos, you know what I mean? Because we ain't trying to have no civil war in the community. It doesn't matter if it's in London, the US, you know what I mean? Africa, Jamaica, Toronto, it doesn't matter where you're from. We ain't trying to have war, you know what I mean? We want peace and love, and we want to make that money, you know what I mean? Get these baddies, you know what I mean? But we're going to react to the video. We ain't going to do too much talking, man. Gang, gang, gang.
The UK drill scene has exposed the world to all kinds of crimes going on in the streets of London. One of the deadliest beefs is an ongoing war between two gangs in the borough of Camden, Active Gang and 51st. Let's take a closer look at what's going on. Camden is an area in North London outside of the Regent's Park. It's considered one of London's most modern neighborhoods, and many famous celebrities live there. But over the past few years, it's become a battleground in a war between two gangs. Unlike the US, London don't have as many large national gangs like the Crips and Bloods. Instead, they have small local gangs that are based in certain neighborhoods and often identify themselves by the local postcode.
So you telling me these niggas got money and they still gang banging? What the fuck?
These gangs are also often tied to the local drill scene, and many include popular rappers as members. The main beef in Camden is between two neighborhood gangs, Active Gang and 51st. Active Gang is a group made up of primarily Somali immigrants based in the Acre Grove estate in
What
Camden.
is?
Several popular drill rappers are part of Active Gang, including artists like Suspect, Too Smoky, and T-Scam. They're also allied with other local gangs like FSG, CT1, and NRB. Together, they call themselves 71st. 51st is an alliance of several different groups that are all known to be for Active Gang. They include the Peckwater Gang from the Peckwater Estate, the QC Gang from Queens Crescent, and Cumbo, a gang from the Regent Park Estate and Cumberland Market. Together, they're known as 51st because of the postcodes in the area and in 5 and 1. They're largely an active gang, but both sides have proven to be just as savage. It's not clear exactly where the beef started. Some of them grew up together and were cool before the drama, but at some point, they started having problems and it eventually escalated to violence. According to rumors, it all started over someone getting their watch stolen, but this can't be confirmed. The violence between the two groups started to pop off in the late 2010s. In May 2017, 3 members of 51st were shot by members of Active Gang. Camden police officers were called to the scene of a shooting near Camden Road, but found no victims in the area. About 15 minutes later, they got a call from the staff at the University College London Hospital saying 2 men had shown up with gunshot wounds and were being aggressive. Following the shooting, they managed to run to a nearby hospital to get treatment, but when they arrived, the staff got suspicious and called the cops. Police came to the hospital to investigate, but when the 2 victims realized what was going on, they refused treatment and tried to flee. They was eventually arrested after a brief chase on foot. Another teen was also later arrested in connection with the shooting and also refused treatment. All 3 were later charged with suspicion of causing grievous bodily harm with intent for their involvement in the shooting. Not long after, 51st got payback and shot a member of Active Gang in the head with a shotgun.
Damn.
Around 7 p.m. on August 22nd, 2017, police responded to a call about a shooting in the Agar Grove area. But again, when they arrived, they ain't find a victim at the scene. A witness said she heard 2 loud bangs, screaming, and tires screeching. She looked outside and saw a man who had just been shot in the head. At the time, he was alive, but bleeding everywhere. He then got in a car with 2 other men and they took off. According to authorities, the man later took himself to the hospital and was supposedly in stable condition. No arrests were made, but police believe it was linked to the triple shooting that happened back in May. The violence only continued after a fight at an Airbnb party that left 1 member of 51st dead after being stabbed 14 times. On February 17, 2018, a 16-year-old girl was having a birthday party at an Airbnb in Kensington. She promoted the party on Snapchat and invited around 50 people that she knew, but word got around town and members of rival gangs showed up. A group of dudes from 51st, including a 19-year-old known as Duppy, decided to crash the party. When they got there, they tried to force their way in and cause damage to the apartment. Some guests ended up hopping over a back wall to escape. They came to the party armed and Duppy had a knife, but one of his friends had a gun. But somehow, they got Duppy by himself and chased him out of the party. He was chased down the road, but was stopped by a huge group. Once they caught up with him, they stabbed him a total of 14 times. 4 17-year-olds and 2 minors were later arrested in connection with the murder. After Dottie's death, members from 51st got in a stolen BMW and drove around different hoods in London looking for whoever was responsible, but they couldn't find their target. So, when they returned to Camden, they went on a killing spree and took out 2 Active Gang affiliates. The first was a 17-year-old who went by the name AK, who was stabbed to death after being spotted by members of 51st outside an apartment building on Aldenham Street. About 90 minutes later, blocks away from where the first stabbing took place, a 20-year-old named Sadiq was also fatally attacked with a samurai sword on Bartholomew Road. The victim tried to escape
A samurai sword, my nigga? Is that what I'm hearing right now? A samurai sword? Like, what is this, Naruto or some shit? Like, what the fuck is, like, what's going on? What is this? What is that show called? What, Yamashi? Yamaha? The fuck is going on?
In a nearby cab, but the driver refused to take him to safety, so he ended up getting stabbed by the gang multiple times. Police said the two stabbings were connected and were committed by the same group of men in the blue van. An 18-year-old was later charged with both murders. According to his mother, Sadiq tried to call her after he was attacked and left a message on her phone saying, "I'm wounded." She also said he was a good kid who was studying business at Middlesex University and worked part-time at Tesco. Sadiq wasn't the only son she had lost to the knife. Her son Muhammad, aka Mitch, was killed the previous year, and her nephew had also been stabbed to death in 2013. They was all
Okay, once one, I don't know, man. One time, I understand, you know what I mean? I don't really understand, I'm still gonna move. I'm paranoid, you know what I mean? I'm moving in a certain type of way, one family member. The second one, nah, we gotta move. Third one now, bro, you tripping, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck.
20 years old at the time they died. Mitch was also killed in the beef between Active Gang and 51st on the morning of September 4th, 2017.
But then again, you're like moving where? Like, these niggas living in the modern places with the high class and where all the, you know what I mean? And still going on with the fuckery. I don't even know what to say, man. These niggas is crazy over there.
He ran into a dude from 51st named Eric Ecom, aka Flips, on Hampstead Road. They got into a fight, and Flips ended up pulling out a large kitchen knife, stabbing Mitch multiple times. An undercover cop saw it all happen and went and arrested Flips for the murder.
I'm laughing, but it's not even funny, bro. These niggas pulling out kitchen knives, they pulling out butter knives, they pulling out samurai swords, they pulling out every sharp object. Like, bro, I don't know. It's different over there, man.
Murder. He was later convicted and sentenced to 17 years in prison for the crime. All these high-profile killings attracted the attention of the police, who started cracking down on both sides. But that ain't stopped the beef completely. The next attack came in 2019 when an 18-year-old from 51st was stabbed in the head after being ran over. The victim was alone walking by himself along Hampstead Road in Camden before being ambushed around 1 a.m. First, he was not.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, yo, what the hell? War in London, but this shit's really a war. Like, these niggas warring, bro. This is a war. Back and forth, like, non-stop, bro. He's getting poked up here. He's getting poked up there. Like, god damn. Do you know how much energy it takes to poke someone up repeatedly? Like, it takes a lot of energy, my nigga.
A car. Then the dudes inside the car got out and started stabbing him repeatedly before getting back in and fleeing the scene. The victim was brought to the hospital with multiple serious injuries, including a stab wound to the head. He survived, but the doctor said he sustained life-changing injuries.
Damn.
Monsters.
Life-changing injuries, man. Come on, you know what that means? He ain't gonna be the same no more.
Murder of a 51st affiliate later that year. On April 1st, 2018, a 22-year-old named Calvin Bungisa, aka C-Miz, was murdered by 4 hooded attackers in white mat.
A whole bunch of young black men, man. The young black men getting murdered by knives and fucking samurai swords. Like, what the fuck? What is this? Like the ancient, like when back in the days when they were fighting with knives and swords back in the day. What the fuck going on? But in the streets now, you got it in. Like, come on, bro. That shit ridiculous.
C-Miz was chased from Vicar's Road to Grafton Road, where he was eventually killed. Surveillance footage from the area showed the suspects fleeing in a dark-colored VW and speeding through a traffic light. The footage also shows them driving to Court Gardens, where police found the car had been set on fire and abandoned. C-Miz's family is from the Congo and fled to the UK to escape the war in their native country. Active Gang dropped a song called Congo, featuring Arms and Too Smoky, which is allegedly against C-Miz. The beef then reached a peak after the murder of a 16-year-old rapper affiliated with 51st named
16?
Culprit. On August 12, 2019, a group of 6 active gang members was cruising around Fitzrovia and Euston Road in 2 stolen cars. Around 10:30 p.m., Culprit and a group of friends left a restaurant on Bolsover Street. They must have seen the group coming because they ran away and hid in a building near Euston Road. About 30 minutes later, the 2 cars pulled up to an estate on Lumford Street and ran into the buildings looking for Culprit and the rest of the group. Culprit ended up getting cornered by 3 AG members and chased to Munster Square, where they caught up to him and stabbed him to death. Apparently, 2 people held him down, while the 3rd member stabbed him in the chest with a huge zombie knife. Both cars were later found set on fire in different locations.
Yo, they got the apocalypse knife now. They got the zombie knife, bro. It's not even funny. Bro, what is going on in the UK? Y'all niggas need some mentors, y'all. Y'all need some like um y'all need some like fucking I don't know, some like mental health like evaluation going on over there, bro. Y'all niggas chirping. What the fuck y'all got? Zombie knives, hunting knives, kitchen knives, samurai sword? Bro, come on, bro. This shit crazy.
Police quickly launched an investigation and used CCTV footage and cell data to track the killers. They eventually arrested a 19-year-old AG member named Arif Biomi in connection with the murder. He was later convicted and sentenced to life in prison, even though he was only the driver. Another AG member named Yusuf was also arrested for assisting an officer and sentenced to 3 years in prison after admitting to helping Arif set the two cars on fire. Culprit was inspiring rapper.
That nigga snitched. Dumbass nigga.
And sentenced to life in prison, even though he was only the driver.
Life in prison.
Yusuf was also arrested for assisting an officer and sentenced to 3 years in prison after admitting to helping Arif set the two cars on fire. Culprit was inspiring
3 years?
3 years in prison after admitting to helping Arif set the two cars on fire.
Oh hell no, he's
rapper
snitching.
and football player who had a bright future ahead of him, but he ended up getting caught in the gang life. Before his death, he was also thought to be involved in the murder of a 17-year-old named Nadeem Bilgin, who was stabbed to death earlier that year. Culprit's death was a huge loss to 51st, so they was thirsty for revenge. The incident set off a wave of violence that took the lives of multiple people over 5 days, including innocent bystanders. On September 8, 2019, a 24-year-old man named Wilson Valera was killed in a drive-by near Queens Crescent. Valera was from an entirely different neighborhood and had no affiliation to any gangs in it.
That was the first drive-by or first ooting I heard, even though it's not good, but god damn, bro. These niggas be using samurai swords, bro. I don't know. Like, that shit, that's some pain. The victims gotta go through some painful, you know what I mean? That's tough.
The area, but members from Active Gang thought he was from 51st, so he was killed in the case of mistaken identity. Just 4 days later, a 25-year-old AG member named Asad Yarrow, aka Nuts, was killed outside the Camden Tube Station. He and his friend were spotted by members of 51st and attacked with machetes.
I'm tired of this, bro. I'm tired of this. All I'm hearing is machetes. Niggas are, it sounds like a fucking, like, I don't know what you call it, bro. I don't know what you call it at this point. You know what I mean? I don't know what you call it in this point. Like, I heard like 10 killings in this video, 1 shooting. Come on, man. I need to start reacting to some positive shit going on in the community. And I need to see Hip Hop Daily start posting some positive, good shit going on instead of this fucking war. When is it gonna be some good videos, some peace? You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, we go through war, but what about the good? But I don't know, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. More videos coming soon. Brr. Gang, 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 gang.